Okay, so you've been told to journal and you've scoured Amazon for all the best journals. And now what? Now, like, how do you journal? And this video is going to both teach you exactly how to journal and not exactly how to journal. Now, before you turn it off, this is good news because I want to talk to you. There's two main types of journaling. There is interactive journaling and there is narrative journaling. Both have a place, but I want to talk to you about effective journaling. And that finds its spot in both of those categories, but what we're going to be diving into is interactive. For effective journaling, beyond just documenting your memories, journaling is how we breathe for our brain. Journaling is the base foundational habit for people who walk with confidence, who live with courage, and who create the lives of their dreams. Journaling can be a game-changing habit if you do it effectively. That's what we'll be talking about on today's video. Make sure you hit subscribe and like and say hello in the comments below. Let's dive in. So effective journaling comes from intentional journaling. And so there's a couple points of intentionality. First and foremost, we've got to make time, create it as a foundational habit, a first thing in the morning habit, or if you're a night owl, a last thing at night. I have clients who do it as the bookends of their day. And I want to make sure you know that it doesn't have to be this super time-intensive process. In fact, I believe it can be done really effectively in 8 minutes or less. For more of my journaling how-tos and tutorials, I've got the links in the comments below. I also have a free journaling template and 7-day course on how I teach my students to journal, what my process is, and it has been revolutionary. Thousands of people are now using it, and I believe it would really bless you. It is yours free. Just go to trishblackwell.com/freedom journal or click the comments below. Again, totally free. But I want to talk to you about this concept of it being intentional. So it doesn't have to be time consumative. I make up words here. It does not have to be all consuming, but it needs to be active. I like to call this active journaling or responsive journaling or interactive journaling. And so what is that? What does that look like? It is journaling in a way that you speak what's on your mind and you answer yourself back. So you'll see in my Freedom Journal, what we do is we say, what is a toxic thought that is in my mind and how do I need to get it out? What is the toxic thought? What is the truth I'm replacing it with? What is the story I'm telling myself? What is the narrative that I would like to believe instead? There's a lot of power in actually writing it out. You'll be amazed at the awareness you get when you feel anxious and you go, I guess I should journal. And you pull your journal out and you go, okay, all right, I'm anxious. But we don't stop there. I want you to go deeper. Well, what is it that you're anxious about? Well, I'm just stressed. Okay. I want details. I want you to be able to describe it to me the way, if you can describe it to a 6th grader, write it down in that way. Because I feel like this and I'm afraid, let yourself flow. And then, now that you know what's upsetting you, you've breathed out. Journaling is breathing out and breathing back in. We're breathing out the junk and we're breathing back in goodness. And that's why it's effective. We're having a conversation with ourselves where we say something to ourselves and then we answer back. So you breathe it out and then you breathe back in by writing down a truth. For me, I write a truth that I know God would say. I write a Bible verse that inspires me. Sometimes I answer that anxiety thought by just saying, that I know I feel that way, but it simply is not true. And then I also sometimes write down, I am not running my life by my feelings. My feelings are simply indicators. They are not dictators. So these are the things that you write back in your effective journaling process is a call and back. It's like as if you're writing a letter to your friend. Or if you will, if it would help you, you go, all right, Trish is the most encouraging person in my life. I want to pretend that she's in my journal answering me back. So if you write down something that you're feeling it's heavy and negative, or it's honestly, even if it's not, you don't identify it maybe as negative, but you know it's taking up real estate in your mind. You're taking up real estate in your mind. It's time, and it's not good real estate. It's time to get it on paper. And then you can pretend that I'm writing you back, I'm answering you back as you journal back. Well, what would Trish say about this? She'd say that those people's opinions don't matter. I'm gonna write that out. I'm gonna remind myself of what I know to be true. I'm gonna write out my affirmations and speak them over myself. And there's so much power to slowing down with pen and paper and taking the time to do that. Another way to think about interactive and responsive journaling is to ask a question of yourself and answer back. You can detox a thought and respond with truth. You can even ask a question that's maybe not a thought and response, but here's a simple statement. So it becomes a proclamation. And one such journaling prompt would be, here's how I will make today a great day. I'm going to intentionally proclaim how today will be great. And then you have to answer it. I'm going to do this and it's going to be beautiful because I'm going to lean in and do this, and I'm going to not take offense when someone's rude to me or whatever it is that you're working on. But this interactive journal is a beautiful way to go back and look at how much you've grown and your ahas. Now, another way to do really effective journaling is to go back and highlight or color code things that you want to review from the past. One thing I like to do is about once a month, I take my current journal and I go back and look at the highlights. If I put a star, I'll take my yellow highlighter or pink highlighter and go back and revisit that. And sometimes I then take another piece of paper and write it down again, because repetition leads to mastery. So if I've got my big ahas, my takeaways, then I would flip to the newest page of my journal and rewrite a summary of these were the ahas, these were the growth thoughts, these are where I'm leaning towards and what I'm seeing differently just in this month. Because it takes time. The process of changing our brain and changing how we think, it's done in micro milestones, but there's this compound effect that happens. And so many people lose heart with journaling because they think, well, it just seems tedious or it takes a long time. Even when we know, wow, I know I feel better after I journal. I think better, I'm happier, my day goes better. So why am I not prioritizing it? If that is you, I want you to answer that question in the comments below for me, or answer it that, you know what, it's time to make it an everyday thing. I resisted journaling because I didn't want to need it, but I am proud to tell you that I need to journal every day. I need to detox my thought every day. I need to take time, slow down. I consider this a spiritual practice. I consider this effective journaling an important way for me to breathe for my brain. I consider it an imperative way for me to seek the Lord and spend time with God and getting my heart right and my mind right for the day. For years, I knew journaling is a great practice. I knew I felt better when I did it, but I was overwhelmed because I wasn't sure what to do. I was going more narrative. I wasn't doing this interactive way that I'm teaching you. But really, I had some pride. And maybe you do too. I went, that seems silly. Like, could a journal really change my life? Could that practice really change my life? And I'm gonna tell you, it's changed mine. It's changed thousands of my students. My challenge is, will it change yours? Maybe it's worth taking a risk to see. But when I finally submitted my own pride and said, you know what? My day is better. My life works best when I'm doing these things. I'm all in. I need God every day. I need to clean my thoughts every day. I need to stand firm in what I know is true every day. And this interactive way of doing it is effective and it works. And so it's worth prioritizing. It's amazing what 10 minutes of your day can do for the rest of your life. So my challenge is, are you going to do it? Are you ready? And I like to tell people when they start journaling, will you commit to 14 days of journaling straight? 14 days of 8 minutes a day. If you want to go longer than 8 minutes, by the way, feel free. But will you commit to 8 minutes a day? Comment below and let me know. Hey, make sure you hit subscribe. Tell me what you think of my videos. I would love to continue to give you curated content that fits your needs for confidence, for courage, and to help you go live totally alive, free from self-doubt, free from small thinking and self-sabotage. I'm going to help you every step of the way. Don't forget that free journal link is trishblackwell.com/freedom journal. I'll see you there, and I'll see you on the next video.